I couldn't sleep, so I figured I might as well share something that's been stuck in my mind for days. Something that shook me. A few months back, my buddy Evan bought this massive house on the edge of town, a custom-built, multi-million-dollar place from the 80s. Funny enough, we used to TP that same house back when we were broke teenagers. Now, he was buying it as a second home. Life's strange like that. Since I do carpentry, Evan asked me to walk through the property before sealing the deal. I checked it inside and out, no mold, no water damage, no structural problems. Everything was in pristine condition, like the previous owner had maintained it obsessively. But there was one room neither of us could explain. It was down a hallway on the second floor. From the outside, it looked like a standard bedroom. But once you stepped in, the vibe changed completely. Floor, walls, and ceiling, all covered in white tiles. Not a bathroom, no fixtures, no plumbing. Just a sterile white space with a single electrical outlet and a strange hole drilled into one tile. When Evan mentioned that the former owner's daughter said some machine used to sit there, feeding a tube into that hole, yeah, I was uneasy. But I shrugged it off. People do weird things with houses. Still, I told him everything looked good and said he should go for it. Evan bought the house. A few weeks later, I came back to begin the remodel. We decided to knock down the wall between that weird tiled room and the adjacent bedroom to create a second master suite. My first task? Removing those creepy white tiles. Took 2 days, but once the tile came down, the space felt more like a renovation job and less like the set of a horror film. Then came the drywall. I smashed through the outer walls with my hammer and started pulling sections down. That's when things took a turn. Behind the drywall, I saw it. A clear tube running vertically up the wall, stained dark like it had carried something foul. I paused, then kept going. Another tube appeared, this one clear and damp inside. Something about it gave me the chills. I felt it in my gut. I was about to uncover something I'd regret. Then I saw them. 10 toes, yellowed nails, curled like claws. Barely visible, buried in insulation. My phone was already in my hand. I was ready to call the cops. But then I stopped. Curiosity clawed at me. I needed to know more. I peeled back another chunk of drywall, gently now. That's when I saw her. A naked woman, half wrapped in foam insulation. Tubes ran into her stomach and lower body, one for waist, I realized. Another ran into her mouth, maybe for water? My brain could hardly process it. I thought she was dead. Her skin sagged, her face hollow. But then, she blinked. That's when I called the police. Turns out she'd been trapped behind that wall for months, maybe longer. The tubes were rigged into the home's plumbing and gutter systems. The rain gave her water. And food? Maybe from whatever machine used to be connected. The man who owned the house before Evan, well, on paper he was a model citizen. Business owner, Chamber of Commerce type, but I'm convinced he was the monster who built that room. I don't know what happened to the woman. The authorities took over. They shut me out after that. I never got closure, never learned who she was or why she was there. But now, you know what I found. And if you're lucky enough to wake up each morning not sealed behind a wall with tubes stuck in your body, be grateful. I know I am.